there's the whole theory that the universe was only made last Tuesday.
Anyway,
Why do we let him talk?
Everything was made last Tuesday. Prove me wrong.
Right, okay, I'll come
Because
back to
the
that.
socks that I have on, I bought about 6 months ago.
I thought he was going to say Monday.
But it was all. But your memory of buying those socks was created last Tuesday.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Prove it. Prove that it was.
Hi there, folks. You're watching DRG TV. My name's Matt. That's Paul with the giggles, Darren, and Lewis. Right, we're going to catch everyone up on what we've been doing with our Age of Sigmar stuff. So, Paul.
I painted a thing.
Okay, Lewis.
Yeah.
Painted a
I
bigger
also
thing.
painted a thing slightly
Slightly bigger.
taller.
I painted a considerably bigger thing.
I painted a bigger thing.
The
biggest of
the
big things.
biggest things.
Yeah.
Actually, it's almost the biggest model, though, isn't it?
Hmm. But yeah, that's what we've done.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what. Yeah.
So far, got leaders done. All looking very nice together.
So apart from that, we've obviously got them all painted. We also played a few games.
Yeah.
Paul didn't because he's not been well. Little violin.
For a little dwarf.
Little violin.
Half a man.
Yes. So, what do you think? What your games you played? What do you think?
So for my army,
Talk amongst yourselves, Paul. Thanks, bud.
For my army, I like Khorne's good. Khorne's good, aggressive, fast playing, simple. You don't have to think about it really. Just sort of slap them up the board and hit things, mortal wounds here and there. Not 100% with out of the box. Just it feels. I know there's a lot of really good things for Khorne, and it doesn't quite meet those expectations of basically every Khorne army should have the blood secretor with the big banner. Because he gives an 18-inch rebel a +1 attack to everything. It's silly.
But then you can only buy them in the big box set.
You can buy them separately now.
Can you?
You can buy them separately with the...
Guy with the dog.
yeah.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, so you get them
that's
together.
alright. That's okay then. I was going to say, because if that was you had to have it in your army, but please buy this £95
Well,
box
it's
set.
not that you have to have it.
Not have to.
To be honest, out of the starter box set, it's not a bad amount of stuff. You get a Lord, you get you get 20 Blood Reavers, which are pretty good. You get 5 Blood Warriors, which is again are not bad, and you get the
Hellbrute.
the thing. I can't
Played
remember what
that
it's called.
monster.
And you get the bloke whipping it, and the bloke whipping it's really good as well. He's got some nice things, but yeah, it's focusing too much on.
Something that you don't have, so they're moving on, yeah.
But yeah, I like them and playing against you two. There's other armies to play against. They both seem interesting and different as well. So there's the variety there is nice that we're all able to sort of play.
Yes. Well, I've played Lewis, I've played Pete, and I've played Daz. My game against Darren was absolutely horrific, but it turns afterwards I was missing a few rules. Probably wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game. I just missed a few. It would have been a bit helpful to have known them, but I went back and reread them, and still a good game. It helped me learn how fast-paced AOS is. My game against Pete was quite good, apart from the fact he'd got his big, horrible tree man thing, and which has a 2-up armor save, re-rolling once.
Yeah.
So I ran into it. Boom. Well,
And
actually,
then if you do manage to do wounds to it, you can grow them back anyway.
well, yeah, because I was just
3-6 at a time.
I ran up and all my dinosaurs hit it and just scratched at it. Nothing really came of it. So that game basically taught me that I've got a nice little basis of force, but I need something quite heavy hitting to deal with that, or ways around that. So that was a good educational one. And my game against Lewis, which is a completely different kettle of fish, because it actually made me pick up on the importance of one of the rules that I didn't even think was that big a deal, which is the Carnosaur's bloody roar or something. Blood curdling roar, which is I got 3 units. Unit 3
Skull Crushers.
Skull Crushers. Got charged them with my cold ones. Killed one, and because he was within that bubble of the blood curdling roar, the other 2 ran away. So I killed 3 of them in.
That's 15 wounds.
15 wounds very quickly, almost. I was gearing up for a big slog, and then it just sort of hit. One eventually died. A couple of mine died as well.
Yeah,
but then he did his blood curdling roar, and off they went. And both of us kind of looked at each other and went, "Oh well, so that's that then." Okay, so that it's something I thought, oh, that's a nice little rule, but I doubt it has much effect. And
Yeah.
I realised, oh hell, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So yeah, big learning curve, very big learning curve. And he's now got a list about all the reasons he won.
No, I've played 3, won 2, lost 1.
Okay.
Lost to the Tree Lord, the 2 rerollable Tree Lord. Killed everything else, just could not damage that fucker.
So are we all coming back with fire breathing dwarfs next game? And
Yeah. Just,
No, because he ignores -1 rend, so anything with a 2+ rend then can start hurting it.
yeah,
Still rerolling 1s, which is not nice.
it's tough.
Against you, it was done in the charge phase. The first thing I did was 6 mortal wounds, wasn't it,
yes, yeah.
on the charge, which took
That's
you off.
your impact hit sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah. Before we even started fighting, he
Yeah.
lost 6 wounds,
Yeah.
which was
Lewis, similar to you, wasn't it? It was just an early slog fest, and it was just dice after
Yeah.
dice, wasn't it? Got
Um,
lots of high damage weapons.
yeah, which
so. Paul, how are your games?
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't lost one
if you
yet.
play,
Haven't yet. You haven't lost one yet. Don't play.
Yeah,
yeah,
unbeaten.
my dwarf army is unbeaten.
Yeah.
And then walk away, just coolly walk away before anyone questions. Victories, just go. It's unbeaten, mate.
Go.
No one sees that I'm crying because I haven't actually even played.
Nah, I'll play you one day.
Who are
Someday
you
in the future.
least likely to want to face out of the 3?
With the
4
start,
out
well,
of 4 of us,
with the starting box.
including Pete.
Well, if you go with what's
Yeah,
here,
yeah. With the starting box, what comes in this starting box, I will lose to every single one of you
okay.
because it's not that good. It's
I
not
don't
a
know, I've
strong.
got a low model count, and if you can stay away from me,
Oh,
you can
Outmaneuver him.
chip.
Outmaneuver him.
Yeah.
the only chance I have is, I mean, with my Thunderers, 5 of them, 11 shots a turn.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Doing
But
what
am I
sort of
gonna be able-
damage?
That's the thing I can't remember off the top of my head. I might be able to take off 1 or 2 of your smaller beasts, but
6 wounds apiece.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be able to do much. The only thing is, with him on the board, means that they won't suffer battle
Yeah,
shock,
they won't run
Yeah.
away.
giving me maybe an extra turn of shooting. But on the whole, the little boat doesn't do enough damage output for its points. But
I'm looking forward to playing that because
Yeah,
it's something very different.
yeah,
Because they are so new. Like these were around in the last edition of Fantasy. They weren't.
I don't think they were used much though, really.
no, they were.
In
They
No.
were, they were too
Fantasy.
expensive, weren't they?
Yeah.
For Old Wars sort of thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
And-
they were like 800.
Although
850
your
points
con
or
stuff's
something.
new, con's been around forever.
Yeah, the,
So-
the core concepts of rip and tear. And
Yeah.
just get in.
So these are all armies. I mean, the Lizardmen are one of the oldest fantasy armies anyway, aren't they? They're very old.
They've all fluff-wise. They've
Yeah.
they
probably
don't
been
always
around
have.
since the start. haven't
Yeah,
It was,
it was the Batonian box set where they came out because it was Batonian's Lizardmen.
that was third.
Yeah.
Ed. Yeah, so they've been around a long time, and they haven't aesthetically they haven't changed much.
No.
So I'd be quite. That's why I'm looking forward to playing them because it's something so completely new. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
new to AOS and even fantasy really, but I've seen it all before. But
Yeah.
these they're new and exciting, and I prefer them considerably to the blind fish elves
Yeah,
they? That bring the sea with them.
yeah.
in a cloud.
Is that not rain?
Yeah, but it doesn't actually ever leave the cloud. It's in the cloud.
It's a permanent bubble of water, as it were,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Moist.
There was 2 people sat at Games Workshop HQ, and they went, "You know the film Sharknado? Yep,
Let's
let's
do
do
that.
that."
pretty much.
That's stupid. What if they had elves riding them?
Ah.
Well, elves
To the
aren't,
design
elves
studio.
aren't stupid, so I think.
I'm happy to accept that as
Enough
fact now.
said, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, facts.
It's
Yeah.
on the internet.
So it's,
Ah, well, how can we deny?
either as one of you is going to go and edit the Wikipedia page later.
yeah.
Going
Going forward,
So going forward, yeah. But do you know? Are you you know what we said about we're all buying? We all said, "Oh, we're going to get the General's Handbook." I'm assuming we're all not going to buy it now.
No.
Yeah,
until the
no,
year
probably
goes out.
not. Probably
I
not.
mean, I'm still getting 2 boxes of the core troops. That's pretty much I have to. If I want to play this as a legal army, I've got to get 2 units of the core troops, and that is going to be my
Three
next.
back lines.
So maybe either an ether chemist or an admiral,
Okay.
because the admiral's the only one of our characters that have got the abilities in the hero phase. None of the others do, so I really need one that's going to give that buff in.
Right.
in
Do you
that
have
other
anything in
phase.
the way of casting, or,
Yeah,
or even dispelling?
It's the navigator. He affects the not winds of magic, whatever it has
Yeah.
these days, and it's a bit like a disc, like you know how yours isn't a magician.
But it is.
Yeah, the priests don't
that's
cast
right.
magic. They put blessings on people. But
It's that
not,
sort of
Yeah,
thing, playing with the wind to do stuff.
But is it? So it's technically undispellable.
I don't know. I
haven't properly read it yet.
Yeah.
Because
Don't say one or the other because you guarantee it'll be the other one.
Of course,
Yeah.
I'd say
I
that's
don't
with
know.
the corn stuff is that they're not spells technically, as far as the rules concerned. You just kind of cast them as if, or not as if they were, because it's usually only on 1d6, not 2. And but it kind of, I like that for these because it kind of avoids, because you've got so many options to go. Well, I'll take the hounds. I
Yeah.
can't remember what they're called. Completely gone.
Flesh hounds.
Flesh hounds. You take flesh hounds, they all have it as if they could be wizards, or there's plenty of relics. There's the blood creators banner when it's active. Means your opponent has to reroll successful ones. So there's a lot of that, and then you're just immune to it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's fun for that.
I think me and you got similar ideas, haven't we? Just buying the
Another
box,
box set, yeah.
buying the box set again. But the army I eventually want to run is, I can't remember the name of the two formations. One of them is
Just Fire Lance, I think.
Starhorse Lance, something,
Fire
Blazing
Lance,
Lance
yeah,
or something,
something like
which is
that.
one of them, and then 3 units of the Cold Ones. So I want to do that one. The other one I want to do is the Sunblood on foot, but with 3 units of Saurus. So I'm going to do for that. I'm going to eventually just buy the box set 3 times. One of the other things I'm going to have is the Troglodon, just because it's cool and different. And then at the end of it, I'm going to have a spare Carnosaur, which I will probably find another use for, because
I could put it underneath one of my guys.
no,
That's eventually what's going to happen.
yeah, well, it's true. I still want to keep one.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep one for a spare because you can never have too many big dinosaurs. But yes, that's my plan. Is literally just to buy the box set 3 times, see where that leaves me, and then play some other bits. Like eventually, I'd like some skinks just to sort of
I think definitely need a slan in your army because you've got so much magic potential with each unit being able to be summoned and stuff like that.
And picked up and moved.
Yeah.
Or
So-
even just a star priest.
Yeah. I
The
don't.
little skinky.
I think I'd go slan.
Yeah, I do like
Because
the
then,
Star
then
one.
you've got
The only thing I'll say is resin. Yeah, but which is it the Star one, the one with the cloak of feathers?
That's
yeah,
just
with
a skink face.
Oh yeah, I want one of them just because it's really cool and it's just something a bit different.
the salamanders are quite nice in your army with some skink handlers.
They are,
They've got a
but
decent
the
damage
model is
output.
ridiculously
It
expensive,
is.
and it looks
looks
old.
awful.
Yeah, I've seen people have converted them out with the cold ones, basically taking the cold ones and put like a spine down the back to make them into and like frilly bits, you know, like those ones, the spitty ones from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
They made them out of cold ones, but put them on a bigger base. Then put it's an interesting way of doing it because let's face it, they are not pretty models and at nearly £20 each.
Yeah.
I can't justify that for something that
Not
is
really.
ugly.
And you're needing
3.
probably a
I think
unit of 3.
We were joking was you could pick up an actual Salamander's character for Space Marines for less than him. So
Yeah, I could just run 3 Vulcans or
yeah, just 3 Vulcans would be fine.
or what they call those the new big turmy-tubby things.
Centurion.
No, the other one slightly smaller than
The
Centurions.
aggressors.
Yeah, 3 aggressors in Salamander's colours
Yeah.
with the flamers, and away you go.
Yeah.
Even a banner. The
Oh, I do like the big banner fella.
the Mayan clock on a stick.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. But again, I need to play a few more games to get my head around and go, all right, and this is what I need. But it turns out we were playing roughly about an 800-point game,
Yeah, I think I was
and
quite a
the
bit.
game I had against Pete was he was about 750. I was just under 800, and that was a nice tight amount of. I enjoyed that size game because it was fast. I mean, the club the other day we got 2 games in and still went for a takeaway and still talked shit all evening, and we got 2 games in and we weren't pressed for time at all.
Yeah.
So I quite like small games, but if when you've got more units and stuff, you can still have small games. Just mix around with what you got. So
Options.
I'm looking forward to playing more of it. I actually have taken to it way more than I thought. Do you remember saying in the last video I only went for it because it was like, well,
Everyone else is
Well,
doing
at
it.
least a Tale of 3 war games isn't quite as effective as 4, and also I didn't want to sit outside my shed and watch a film. So and then it turns out I've taken to it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know why I've been against it for so long.
It's not like you played fantasy, is it?
No.
So you
decide
dummy
that you
out.
didn't like
Yeah.
it,
Well, I
yeah.
wasn't allowed the square bases because they're points. So
Yeah,
I can only play with safety bases. So yeah, I love it. I'm really excited for what we're doing next.
Yeah.
Painting rank and file is still a ball ache. But
Yeah.
it turns out that I found quite a nice method for painting scales.
Wash.
No,
Dry brush.
it's
Spray, wash,
spray, dry brush, wash, brighter dry brush, and pick a few bits out, and it looked really effective. So, I mean, they're a long way off, like as good as they could be, but for tabletop, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yours are always just nice anyway. So.
I think I was hitting squarely for tabletop.
Yeah.
Big bold highlights and
It's effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks nice. So, I guess the next thing to do is knock the camera off and go play some toy soldiers.
Drink some beer.
And drink some beer. Well,
Ooh,
actually,
lots
I
of beer.
can't actually get over the fact that we went, let's film, play some games, and then go to the pub rather than let's just get the beers here.
Yeah.
So,
Can we pop in beers here?
Ooh.
not
Deliveroo!
Anyway, thanks.
So, and before we descend into nonsense about beers, if you like the video, give us a like. If you didn't, give us a dislike. Tell us why, so we can improve.
Oh yeah, no. Don't just sit there and just kind of calmly leave the video. No, you got to tell us. You got to tell us why you absolutely despise every single one of us. Every reason why.
Ignore him. If you liked it, like it. If you dislike, fine, fantastic. Just tell us why. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Do it.
Yeah, what he said. Do it. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Every time. Every single time.